Hi guys, and welcome to this part 2 of my SMABAT PROTO series videos. This is a small video which will focus mainly on kind of being a tutorial on how to swap the drivers and change the vents and all of that. It's extremely easy. It's been very well thought out and really doesn't there's not much into it. Anyway, let me just open up the box quickly, which brings the filters. Okay, so there we go. So as you guys might recall, let me just zoom this in a little bit more. So as you guys recall, the SMABAT PROTO brings these filters. The blue filter there is a filter which will affect the high frequencies from above 1K. That red filter there will boost the low frequencies below 1K by as much as 6 dBs. The silver filter will cut by 6 dBs the frequencies below 1K. So these are two more centered towards the bass, and that's towards the mid-range and high frequency. Anyway, let me just get one. So this is the driver itself. Simple, very easy. There's no secrets here. It's very simple. So if you see the nozzle, okay, that's the nozzle there, and that's the gold filter, which is the standard filter which brings. To swap this out, it's extremely easy. I take one of these cutting knives, and all I do is I just gently put it over there, just give it a little bit of a nudge to kind of pry it out. Comes out, as you can see, easy. Okay, it's out, no secrets. Change to whatever filter you want and put it back in there and just press it in, and that's it. It's as easy as that. Same thing applies for the filter on the nozzle. Take the blue filter, put it on there, push it in, it's done. When you want to take it out, just take the knife slightly and just kind of pry it out. As for the driver, very easy. Again, take the knife if you want, or take a nail or something, and you just open up the back here. Okay, 1 second. I actually should have gone with that. There we go. There, opened, easy, no secrets. The driver sits inside there, as you can see. You just pull out the driver, take out the connection, introduce whatever driver you want to put in, and then just put it in there again. Just make sure that the wires are not in the way, and just cover it up. It's as simple as that. There's really absolutely no secret whatsoever. It couldn't have been made easier, as you guys can see. Okay. As for the drivers, as I mentioned, and some people asked me some questions, there are 4 drivers basically available right now. There's this Lcp driver which I'm holding right now, which is a 22 ohm driver, and it's a driver which is mainly focused on the mids and highs. It's a driver which this area here is slightly emphasized. Just for you guys to have an idea, with the red filter on, which is a filter which boosts the bass, the response below 1K is a response which is the same as with the default filter on the other drivers. So it's a very mellow driver, and I think that this one would probably be the driver with which you could obtain a more neutral signature, a more signature along the lines of an etymotic, if that is your liking. Okay, that's the one driver that's available, the Lcp driver. We then have a Beryllium driver that, as you can see straight away by the response, it's more linear, it's more coherent across the range, and this particular driver is the one that I've actually got installed right now. I like this driver. It really, the biggest difference that I notice of this driver towards the others, and probably I think it's down to the fact that it's got a beryllium coating which gives it some extra stiffness to the diaphragm. It's the quickness of the bass. It's very quick, it's very dynamic, very quick, and it's very engaging. The mids as well are exquisite, and no real sibilance that I would call a deal breaker. Let's put it that way. Then there's the standard driver, which is a titanium driver. It's actually inside here, and that driver, the frequency response is more V-shaped. So it would basically kind of be like this one, but with more accentuated bass. And then there's also a biological fiber kind of driver, which again follows very much the frequency response of the LCP. It's a slightly more boosted than the LCP. So I would say that you basically have two drivers, which in this case would be the beryllium and the titanium, which are both metal diaphragm or metal covered drivers, that are more bass, let's say more bass friendly, and then the LCP and the biological fiber drivers are more mids and high frequency, is their forte. So like I said, it depends what are you looking for. As I mentioned in part 1, there's 24 different possible configurations. Each driver allows for 6 different configurations, 6 very different styles, and the differences are very noticeable and quite large. I will try and see if I can finally get my squeak to work and post all those graphs on there so you guys can see. And I've actually got the biological driver on the way to also try it out, and on the subsequent parts, which I'll be doing of this series, part 3, and probably now part 4 as well, since this part 2 was kind of a little bit unexpected. I will also test it out and see what sort of results I get with that driver. As of this moment, the drivers that I enjoyed the most, or the driver that I enjoyed the most, is definitely the Beryllium Driver. Its response, it's very engaging. It's really nice. It's really nice. I didn't use any of the blue filters. I found that with the blue filters, it just it just reduces too much. I also liked the standard titanium driver. The standard titanium driver also right off the bat plays very nicely, and then the LCP driver with the red filter, so the filter that actually boosts the bass a little bit, is also very nice. It's so any one of these drivers is good, and from my understanding there will be more additions coming in the near future for us to play around basically. Yes, anyway, I hope that I was able to clarify a few doubts about what this is about. Yes, it is a DIY earphone. It comes standard with a titanium driver. You don't have to do anything. You can just plug it in and it works fine. But you can and have the possibility to change the drivers inside, play with the tuning, with the filters, and actually improve or adjust the sound more towards what is your liking. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.